The drama continues. Even though I thought that this was going to be a short story that got cancelled halfway through, so it never got an ending, I was wrong. Because we ended up getting a part 2 to the Pokimane cookie drama. Now, if you don't know what's going on, I'm going to give you a speedrun version on what's happening so I can catch you up. Not so long ago, Pokimane ended up announcing that she's going to be releasing a brand new cookie called Minor. Even though I ended up learning that that's not the name of the cookie, I'm still gonna call it that because it's funnier. And when this announcement ended up releasing, it was hit with controversy immediately. I always think it's surprising that there is literally some people on the internet where no matter what they do, they always find a way to put themselves into some drama, and Pokimane is one of those people right next to Dream. They just can't catch a break. So when the cookie ended up getting announced, it got into some pretty big drama, but I'm not going to explain that drama because I already talked about it in another video. So go watch that video if you want to hear about it. I am here to talk about the part 2 of the story, and that has to be the pricing of the cookie. Now this is pretty expensive. It is $28 for 4 bags. Now, for most people, that's a lot of money on a couple of cookies, especially when you can spend less money on something that's way more cheaper and probably gonna taste the same or maybe even better, like chocolate chip cookies. I don't know, just insert any brand you want because most big cookie brand probably make chocolate chip cookies and most of them are pretty good, especially the crunchy one. Yeah, I'm a person who prefer my cookies to be more crunchy than soft. It's just way more better. But that's just my opinion, the right opinion. So obviously a lot of people in her fan base was like, hey, Pokimane, you know, the cookie is pretty expensive. That's a lot of money. And obviously, since she was getting hit with this answer a lot, when she was streaming, she decided to respond to that criticism in the worst way possible.
Like, oh my god, $28 for cookies? It's 4 bags. That's $7 a bag. I know math is hard when you're an idiot, but
that is a very interesting tactic to hit. Just automatically call your audience dumb. You know, the people who you want to buy the product. You're just gonna go up to them and go like, yeah, you're just pretty stupid and you can't do math. I mean, come on, it's only $7 a bag, which that just makes no sense. One, $7 a bag is still pretty expensive because these cookie bags aren't really that big, so you're not really getting that much cookies. So even though she's trying to break it down and go like, look guys, just add it up. It's $7 per bag to try to make it sound like a better deal. That's still not really that true, in my opinion. And I also think that that's the first tactic she ended up going with, even though that does usually work. I mean, how much times do you want someone to watch anime and you say something like, oh, it's 24 episodes, and then they go like, oh, that's too much, I'll never catch up. But then you recommend them another anime that is like 2 seasons, but each season is 12 episodes, and they're like, oh, that's pretty short, I could go and watch it in 1 day. I guess she was trying to do that approach, but it didn't really work that much because people were still talking about, yeah, even though you do get 4 bags, it's still $28. That's a lot of money. But that's just the beginning of the clip. Let's just watch the rest.
like, if you're a broke boy, just say so.
Anyway.
Yes. Calling the audience who made you successful poor. Calling them broke boys. That's a very interesting tactic, something that I have never seen before. I always think it's extremely interesting every time when any streamer does something like this, because it kind of just shows how out of touch they are. Like, do they not realize that the only reason why they're successful, why they're rich, and why they have their career is because, one, people are spending time out of their day to watch them, and 2, they're spending their money that they worked for to get, or hey, maybe even stole from their mom's credit card. That takes a lot of work to give to you, but you're just gonna go and make fun of them. That is just extremely interesting to me. And I really don't know what her plan was, why this was her tactic, to basically go like, oh, if you don't like the price of my cookie, you're just poor, and just instantly start making fun of them immediately, straight up biting the hand that feeds you. But I also don't really think something like this is surprising because, in my opinion, I feel like a lot of extremely big streamers just don't really care about their audience that much. I feel like they kind of just see them as numbers so they can get more views and to get more money from them. But here's the thing, most streamers try their hardest to hide that, but I guess Pokimane just didn't. She just completely forgot to do that and just straight up made fun of their audience and called them poor. Now, I really don't know what marketing tactic that this was going to be. I know for a fact that everyone on her team was panicking when they saw her saying that, going like, what are we going to do now? How are we going to go and sell these cookies? Well, I know how. We're gonna make her post an apology video. Well, I wouldn't really say apology video, but make an apology tweet. Because that's the brand new trend. I think most people end up learning that apology videos just don't work, especially after the legendary ukulele video. So people are now just going on Twitter and just writing a ginormous article, like, saying that I'm sorry. And Pokimane ended up releasing an apology to this whole situation, saying you're basic influencer, oh, I'm sorry, and it was just a joke. Which is just a very interesting path to go down. Now, I know when this clip first came out, that's what a lot of people were saying, trying to defend her, saying that, oh, it's not really that big of a deal. She was just making a joke. But it didn't really seem like a joke, to be honest. It kind of looked like she was actually pissed off that people were complaining about the cookies being too expensive. But also at the same time, it's kind of hard to read Pokimane because she says everything in like one tone of voice. It's kind of scary. Like every time she speaks, she just sounds exactly the same. She never changes, and that's kind of scary to me, random internet guy. But yeah, that's an update to this whole Pokimane drama, a quite interesting situation. Now, is anything gonna happen to this cookie? Probably not. It's still probably gonna sell a lot, and tons of people are gonna buy it, and they're gonna eat the cookie, and they're gonna say it's amazing, even if it's terrible, because it has a very big influencer name on it, and of course it's going to sell. I mean, this is something that companies has been doing for an extremely long time. It's just now, instead of using celebrities, I guess they're now using influencers, and I guess that also gives them an excuse to just really upcharge the price of the chocolate a lot, because man, $28 for 4 bags is insane. But that is your update to this whole Pokimane drama, and that is it. My name is Lua. You have a good day or night. See ya.